Today we're going to be looking at gold chart XAUUSD. Today the 15th of August 2025, and we are going to be looking at possible entries that we feel that the market will react to. You can also call that possible key zones or Q zones. You're welcome to Touch Billion TV, and let's get on with it. So in the last episode, if I go to the lower time frame, we actually looked at the possibility of the market coming to this particular point here. So let me outline that point here. We looked at the possibility of the market coming to this point here. Let's go to the lower time frame more clearly. Let's go to the 45 minutes time frame. 30 minutes time frame would give us what we're looking for here. Yes, so this was what we pinpointed, this zone here. We said that the market was to react from this particular zone and go down. The market actually got very close to that zone. It entered the fair value gap here and reacted to the downside. So this was what the market has done all the way down. Clearly went down and broke some structures. So seeing that here in the market, now what are we anticipating the market to do? Already here, we have some very key levels that we're paying attention to, and the market is actually making effort to gradually get to that zone, right? The market is not giving us that momentum that we need to just get to that point immediately. The market is taking its time to cover up that imbalance in the market. As you can see below there, that is a clear movement to that point. So now, if the market is to go up to gather some level of momentum, where are we probably seeing the market coming to build that momentum? Right, where are we seeing the market coming to build that momentum? Now, this is very much valid, but then I'm looking at this zone right here. I'll take out this point out of here, right? I'm looking at this point here. Let's look at the 50 minutes time frame and see if we can see. Okay, so this can be a very good point of entry. Reason being, from past experience from the market, right? From past experience from the market, this is what I'm looking at, right? It is what I'm looking at here from past experience from the market. So we're looking at if market is going to come up to build some level of momentum, then this is where the market would want to come to have its momentum. So what's then should be around this. Yeah. So the market would want to come to this previous high. The market would want to come to that previous high. That will be the massive movement in that point. So this is what I'm looking at here. That's 3362.125 on gold, right? 3368.124. That's an entry on gold. Then your stop loss a little bit higher above that. So this is what I'm looking at in terms of what the market would do, because if you see here very clearly, the market has had series of break of structure. This is a break of structure, but then it has clearly changed character, right? So we can also outline this point here as also, let's just put it as a break of structure, right? Already the market has changed character, so we can put that as a break of structure, right? We can put that as a break of structure right here. So we can put that as a break of structure, right? So this is exactly what this is exactly the anticipation of what I feel that the market will get to, and automatically give us that zones that we're looking for, automatically give us that entry zones that we're looking for. So this is a good point here. There's a liquidity here because this will clearly act as a liquidity. right? This clearly act as a liquidity, so we just have to just pay attention to that, right? So if we see the market coming to that zone, then we can now pick our entry. Now, also note that this point here is still a very clear point. There's still very clear point of entry at the very top, right? There's still very clear point of entry at the very top. But looking at what the market has done so far, the market was actually trending to the downside from this zone here. Was actually trending to the downside from this zone here, right? But then what happened? Let me use the path to make it even much more better. So the market started from this point here and was trending down, right? It got to this point here and went up a little bit by a trend, just trying to create an uptrend, but then that did not last, and the market has, created a downtrend, right? So what we're expecting here is that the market will come to this point here, and if the market comes to this point here, it takes us all the way down, right? It takes us all the way down. So this has to be with some level of patience. This has to be with some level of patience, right? We all know that if this market comes to this zone here, then we're actually going to be seeing a level of reaction here. Once the market comes to this zone here, we're actually going to see some level of reaction to the upside, but then ultimately the market will come down. Right now, this is if you've been watching my videos, if you've been following my analysis on a daily basis, you actually strongly believe with me or agree with me that I am strongly on the note or on the notion of 10% sales, 10% buys, and 80% waiting, right? It's not about rushing into to be a part of what the market is doing. It's all about just being patient, right? It's all about being patient. Now, we're not saying that the market must get to that point. There are other key levels where the market can get to and experience some good amount of reactions, right? There are other key levels where the market can get to and experience some level of reactions. But, that is if you are not someone that would be patient, right? Sorry, let me take this out. So there are other key levels where the market can get to and experience some level of reaction, right? Yes, but then on the overall, like these are key levels where the market can get to and experience some level of reaction. But then on the overall view, we're trying to ensure that we catch the market in the right path, because the institutions you're trading with or you're trading against, they pay attention to key levels, right? They pay attention to key levels, and these are things that you as well need to be able to pay attention to, right? So this is my look on gold. This is my look on gold, on what I feel that gold will do. And we just have to keep our fingers crossed. We already have key level points that we've outlined at the upside here. You can see this upside of 3, 4 thereabouts. We're still patiently waiting at those zones. Let's go to the 2 hours time frame or 1 hour time frame to make this way more clearer. We still have key level zones at this very top here. These are key level zones. The market will certainly come to this point, but we don't know when. But of course, we're all going to be here to see that. We also have key level zones at this point below. These are key level zones. These are the first key level zones. These are other key level zones as well. So, but then this is what we are anticipating the market will do. So we're just going to be patient and pay attention to this and see how. So if you got value, do well to subscribe to the channel, do well to like the video, do well to turn on the notification, comment if you have a question or contribution, and know that if you have interest to really want to know how to trade, our academy is open, Touch Billion Academy. We have online classes, we also have offline classes, whichever of them that is convenient for you, depending on your location. We're here to actually help you, guide you, and help you become a profitable trader. Once again, see you in the next episode.